This is exactly what I would do if my sales were a little low the past few months or if I had a failed launch. And if I wanted to reignite my ability to attract those little gems that you love to work with, that are your ideal client and they just love throwing money at you because they want what you have. Happy Friday and welcome back to Full Circle. I'm so happy to talk to you. I just want to remind you that if you want to win a one-on-one intensive with me, all you got to do is review this podcast, screenshot it, send it to me in the DMs, and every month I pick one lucky winner. You will find more information in the show notes. In this episode today, I really want to share about those moments in business where everything feels disgusting and it sucks and we need to keep going, and how to reignite your ability to attract your dream clients and to turn your failed launches into better conversions, into better sales, into more money and more opportunity. I remember vividly the day of one of my offer was a total flop and I got so emotional about it. And you know what I did? The next time around when I launched after that, I just created more. I did like 10 YouTube videos. I created more podcast episodes, more posts on Instagram, more reels. I just thought it didn't work because I didn't do enough, because I didn't produce enough, because I don't have enough followers, because I don't have the right audience. And I was telling myself all those lies. And I didn't realize that what I really needed was a good positioning and a good messaging. So let me tell you, if you're not turning the 6 or 30 people that are watching your story with a small audience into clients, it is not because of the algorithm. It is not because you're shadow banned. It is not because the world hates you and is against you. It's because you haven't yet mastered the part on messaging. And so doing more with the same exact strategy is going to produce the exact same result, which is nothing. This is what I learned the hard way. When really I thought like if I just do more, if I create more YouTube videos, I remember creating those 10 videos a week or something. Like that was just insane for me to create. I wasn't like over creating because I wanted this thing to work, and it flopped again and I didn't understand why. So today I want to share with you my 4 steps process to making more sales after a failed launch, after one on your offer flopped or didn't work the way you wanted to, or you didn't make as many sales as you wanted to in the past couple of months. Because I know a thing or two of being stuck there, and I feel like not enough people talk about this. We love to talk about when everything is working and the best strategy to get that kind of outcome and results. But I think we also need a framework and a practice and a process to when things are not working the way we want, so that we turn that into an advantage. The 4 steps process that I want to introduce today is not only to know how to cope the emotion and the disappointment of a failed launch, but it's also to really turn that into more sales, into not making the mistakes 2 times in a row and learning from your quote unquote mistakes or from your failures, or it's never a failure. It's just that something didn't work and we need to understand why. So step number 1 of this process is really to put all of your emotion aside. And I know it's very counterintuitive for someone like me who is a highly sensitive girly and always talks about feeling my emotions and like diving into the body and making room for what we feel. In this case, I'm going to tell you not to do that. In this case, I'm going to tell you to take all of your disappointment, all of how deeply you feel about this, and take it and move it aside. We get so emotionally attached to the business outcome. When something flops, we make it about ourselves. We make it about our worth. We're so disappointed. We're so sad. We may even cry or just feel this like, maybe we even feel shame. We are ashamed that it didn't work the way we wanted to. And we're like, oh my God, people have seen me launch this thing and everyone is gonna know that no one joined or one person only joined. And even though those feelings are valid for now, I'm gonna ask you to put them aside and to really step into the CEO, emotionless version of you. Like, you're here for business, you're here for strategy. You don't leave room for those emotions to distract you. So you move on and you move to step number 2. The reason why we remove the emotions is because I want you to be able to observe and to be unbiased when it comes to analyzing why it didn't work. And if you're emotional about it, you're not going to be able to just look at the numbers. We need to figure it out from a very practical standpoint where it fucked up. We need to analyze the numbers. We need to look at the data, because all it is feedback. It's great feedback. It didn't work. So you know that whatever you didn't work. So we want to analyze, how many times did you talk about your offers? How many conversations about your offers did you had? What is the conversion rate of maybe a freebie and a free masterclass that was supposed to convert into client? Maybe you had like 30 people joining your free offer and you had absolutely no one converting into a paying clients. This was exactly my story. I was like, what the fuck? But I was so emotional about it, about not having anyone sign for my biggest offer, that I got sad. And a sad bitch cannot take great decisions. So we're not being sad bitches here. We are being strategic bitches. And the only way to do that is to not have those emotions. So now we're in step number 2, and you look at your data. Did you talk about it every day in your stories? How many posts did you make about it? How many videos? And I also want you to analyze the messaging and the positioning. Read your captions, read your emails. How many emails did you send out? Watch how many conversations you had about this offer and how you brought it up. And I want you to analyze and dissect everything you've done to see and try to figure it out where it fucked up. And most of the times, you're gonna know because you're smart and you're a business owner for a reason. I also want you to analyze the data and the feedback that this flop or this lower month is, and understand why. Maybe the data is not necessarily in the numbers, even though I really want you to look at your numbers. It might be your energy as well. Maybe you didn't believe in your offer as much. Maybe you didn't embody your offer as much. Like, check everything from a very unbiased, non-emotional, non-attached way and lean back, observe, so that you will be able to tweak everything that needs to be tweaked in order for you to turn this into a learning opportunity. If you're stuck in being a sad bitch about it and being disappointed, you're just gonna then rebuild your confidence slowly and do the same process over again, because you haven't had that feedback analysis of, this is telling me things. This is telling me that this didn't convert. The mistakes that I've made so many times is that I was disappointed and I kind of gave up, and then I created a new offer thinking the offer was the problem, when my offers were not the problem. My messaging, my positioning, how many times I talked about it, like the way I pitched the offer in my freebie was the problem. This is why it wasn't converting, because I didn't know how to talk to the deepest desires of my clients behind it. So I was not igniting enough. The program sounded good, but I was just presenting, so this is what you get. You have 10 or 9 modules, and this is what we do in the program, and you have access to the course, blah, blah, blah. Like, who wants to buy that? I wouldn't. And then I analyzed also my content, and I've seen that in my copy. Again, I was not talking about the results they're going to get after doing this program with me, after doing this offer. I was just talking about lessons and teachings and giving like bite size of what I teach in the program. So I was educating, but I was not igniting desires. I didn't know how to turn those people lurking into clients because they didn't know what was in them, what was in there for them. I was also sometimes surprised that I thought that I talked a lot about it, but in the end I had 1 story about it and 2 posts about it, and I was like, this is not enough. And also the post would be about something almost unrelated, and at the bottom I would have a CTA saying like, hey, join my offer, whatever. I also realized I didn't prep and warn my audience enough. I didn't educate enough in the beginning, so I just came up with, hey, this is that, like, do you want to buy it? So I didn't learn the art of teasing and really building desires. I think this is something that I didn't know how to do. But again, the only way that I could observe that for myself was seeing it as feedback and removing the emotion. But we can get so caught up. Like, I'm extremely sensitive. Like, everything touches me so profoundly. I'm the kind of girl who is going to be very emotional watching a fucking cloud in the sky, you know, or if someone says something about me, I'm going to be really impacted by it. So for my sensitive girlies, like, don't let your emotion take over the place. It doesn't mean anything about you, about your worthiness, about your talent, about what you're here to do. You should not be ashamed. And also, you don't need to feel shame or sadness or disappointment. Like, it's okay to be disappointed, but you put that aside so that you can step into the CEO. And usually my processes, when I teach that, when I guide my clients through this kind of work, no matter what we do, there is always the first part is usually to accept and to honor the feeling. In this case, this is the only case where I'm not telling you to do that. When I'm telling you, put them aside first. Analyze the data because it might be really different for you. Maybe it's not a messaging problem at all. Maybe the way you talk about your offer and the way you ignite desire is amazing, but you've made like one video about it. So it's volume, your problem. Maybe people never opened your amazing emails with great copy in them because the hook, the headline, the subject of your email was not inviting enough to click. So we need to be able to pinpoint exactly what went wrong so we can fix it, so we can turn it around and not repeat the same mistakes. That's the whole point of making mistakes as an entrepreneur, is to learn from them. If you don't learn from them, you're losing. You're never losing. Even if you're making shitloads of mistakes, you're never losing if you're learning something from it. Because maybe one day, all of those mistakes are going to be the reason why people listen to you. The reason why you are an expert in your field, because you know a lot of those mistakes. Hey, this is me. This is why I love to talk about mistakes and stuff, and it's not to like just talk about the pain of entrepreneurship. It's because I know what it's like and I know what doesn't work, and I want to save you the struggle. And this is why my clients trust me, because I've been through shit. And so when they're going through something difficult, they know that I know what it's like and I can hold them. So you never know. Your mistakes might not be just for you, but that's a tangent. Let's come back full circle to step number 3. Step number 3 now is to make room for your emotions, to actually feel the disappointment and to find it into your body and to find what it means about you and the kind of thoughts that arises when you think about this, the discomfort, the shame, I'm so sad. I want you to feel it now and hold yourself through it. If you can touch your body, if you can place a hand on your heart, a hand on your belly, and really close down your eyes and let yourself feel. Give yourself a moment, a very dedicated moment, not just like accepting with your brain, like, oh, I feel sad, or oh, okay, I'm accepting the feeling. No, feel the feeling. It can take only 2 minutes, but I want you to sit down and to feel it fully. Like, it sucks, and I'm mad, and I'm frustrated, and I feel like a failure, and I'm ashamed, and I feel small, and whatever it is, even if it's disgusting, I want you to feel the disgusting feelings. The final step is the most gorgeous step, because in step 1 and 2, you've done the emotionless, very strategic part. So you got that cover. You know exactly what to fix, and you fix it, obviously. In step number 2, right? It's not just the analysis and the data, like you actually do something about it. In step number 3, then you're feeling your feelings. You're giving room for that. So in step number 4, what you're going to do is tap into your feminine magic. I want you to come back to your magic and to do a ritual, to use your turn on, to use your magic, to use your intuition and to reconnect with your own magic after maybe a flop or just a few lower income, lower sales months. Don't let it mean anything about you. Because you removed the emotion before and then you felt them, you can step into another room. And this room, this bubble, is the ritual space. It's when you're going to close your eyes, tap into your heart, and connect with your ideal clients, the people you want to sign. It's when you do the magic, is when you move with that desire to sign more clients, to make more money, to have more impact, more income. It's when energetically you step into the kind of woman who is making more sales, the kind of woman who is having the successful launch, and you step into her energy and you see how it feels in your body. This is practices that I teach much deeper in my free masterclass Pépite, how to sign dream Pépite client on repeat. This is basically the feminine framework to consistent consistent sales, and we're going to cover in much more depth all the practices and the rituals and the feminine energy that you can use to turn that around, come back to your intuition, connect with that manifesting power of yours, your ability to create, to magnetize, to attract, and to create. Like you're a woman. You create life in your womb so you can create a few sales in your business. This masterclass actually goes deeper into different parts of the sales process on how to have those consistent sales and consistently signing those dream clients. It's called pépite because pépite in French means gem. So we want you to work with people that you're obsessed with and they're also obsessed with you. And you know exactly how to talk to those people so that you magnetize those people to you. I hope you enjoy the 4 steps process. Remember, put your emotion aside, analyze the feedback and do something about it. And then make room for your emotions, feel them so deeply, let them exist, befriend them. And finally, tap into the ritual, the practices, the feminine activation to draw those clients in. Make it a little ritual. And if you want to learn more, you can sign up for Pépite by joining in the show note. And I see you next Friday. Do not hesitate to send me your questions or topics you want me to talk about on the podcast. I would absolutely adore your input.